Media coverage of scandals versus vindications. It's like watching a forest fire spread versus watching grass grow. When Jay-Z was accused of assault, every outlet couldn't wait to fan the flames. But when he was cleared, radio silence.
That's such a striking contrast. The lawsuit from Tony Buzzbee about that alleged MTV after-party incident got wall-to-wall coverage initially.
And here's what's fascinating. When the case was dismissed with prejudice this Valentine's Day, those same media outlets that couldn't get enough of the scandal suddenly lost all interest. Before we go any further, make sure to follow Rap Mike's Matter on all platforms that matter. We appreciate your support.
Well, that really speaks to how news has become more about entertainment than information, doesn't it?
Exactly. And the numbers tell the story. Jay-Z lost $20 million in business contracts just from the accusations alone. That's real damage from sensationalized reporting.
Those financial implications are staggering. How does someone even begin to recover from that kind of hit?
Well, that's the thing. Even with his resources and platform, the damage is often permanent. Social media keeps recycling those initial allegations long after they've been disproven.
And it's not just celebrities dealing with this. Regular people who find themselves in the spotlight can have their lives completely upended.
You know what's particularly troubling? Studies show that negative news spreads up to 6 times faster on social media than positive or neutral stories. The algorithms actually reward sensationalism.
That's exactly why these accusations gain so much traction so quickly. The system is literally designed to amplify the most shocking content.
And here's where it gets even more complicated. Traditional media outlets are now competing with social media, so they feel pressure to jump on these stories before having all the facts.
So, what do you think could actually change this pattern? I mean, there has to be some solution.
Well, I've been looking at some interesting approaches. Some countries have implemented right-to-reply laws that require media outlets to give equal prominence to corrections and resolutions.
Though I imagine getting something like that passed here would face serious opposition from media companies.
True, but there's another angle: advertising. Major brands are starting to pull ads from outlets known for sensationalized reporting. That kind of financial pressure could drive real change.
Following the money, that's actually pretty clever.
And we're seeing some tech solutions too. New AI tools can track how stories evolve and automatically flag when resolutions aren't getting equal coverage.
That's fascinating, using technology to hold media accountable rather than just amplify sensationalism.
Right. And some platforms are experimenting with truth scores that track how often outlets follow up on their initial reporting with resolutions.
Well, that could really change the game, creating actual metrics for responsible journalism.
But here's what we can do right now. When we see these kinds of stories, we need to actively seek out and share the resolutions. Make it clear there's an audience for the full story.
And maybe support outlets that consistently demonstrate balanced coverage of both accusations and vindications.
Exactly. Because until we change the incentives, we'll keep seeing more cases like Jay-Z's, where the truth gets buried under an avalanche of sensationalism.
So the real power lies with us as consumers of media.
And that's the key takeaway. We need to be as passionate about sharing vindications as we are about sharing accusations. Otherwise, we're just part of the problem.